programming will not be presented in order to bring you the following sports special. St. Louis Steamers Soccer. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Budweiser, the king of beers and proud sponsor of the United States Olympic team. For all you do, this Bud's for you. By Schnucks, the friendliest stores in town. At Schnucks, we do our best for you. By your 6 St. Louis Metro Dodge boys. They're the good guys in white hats. And by the people at McDonald's restaurants, St. Louis and Metro East.
It is game one of the championship final. Both teams have won their respective series. Both teams have swept the second round. It's St. Louis at Baltimore tonight, game one of the MISL championship. Good evening, Bob Carpenter along with Bob Kehoe. Coach, it's been a long time since we played, 7 days to be exact, since the overtime win at Wichita. And it's got to be tough to keep up the playoff momentum and the excitement during that much time.
Well, I think it's good that they had a little rest, but of course you can have too much of one thing. They can get over-anxious, they can get so excited and so nervous and waiting for the game that they'd be on edge when they first come out this evening. It'll take a little time for that to wear off, but I think the experience on the club will pay off. They'll settle down, they'll play their game. I think we'll be all right.
You might say from Baltimore tonight, we've got some good news and some bad news for you. First of all, the good news. Let's take a look and a listen now at how the St. Louis Steamers got to the championship final. They beat Kansas City in a tough 5-game series and then swept Wichita. Like round one of the playoffs against Kansas City, round two against Wichita has been very close. The Steamers won 2 at home. It started in game one on May 16th at the arena as Diego Pesa got it ahead for Timmy Walters, the winning goal into the net. St. Louis wins it by a 4-3 score. And then game two on Saturday night went down to the final 32 seconds. A seemingly harmless shot by Don Ebert deflected into the net by Greg Willen, and the Steamers win it by a 7-6 score. In the middle, he's got Tony to his right. Redmond shooting! Score!
All right!
Redmond Lane right down the slot. The defense went with Redmond Lane, who came right down the slot, and he shot it right to the left. Man, that ball got right through Dollar's legs. Duran down the middle. Right side, Diego. Chance for a shot. He scores! Diego! A high shot to the left post, and the Steamers burn Omar Gomez and Wichita on the power play. And it's a 2-0 St. Louis lead.
I mean, we just saw a lightning bolt here. The ball on the power play, and the ball comes from Darryl Duran to his right onto Diego Pesa, and I mean, he just ripped out the left top right-hand corner of that net.
Pesa has Cacciatore to his right, Duran to his left. 10 seconds left in the period. Walters banks it in front. Ebert scores! Don Ebert, after Dollar got a piece of it. Oh, and Dollar is really upset at his defense. Nobody marking up, and the Steamers lead it 3-1 with another power play goal.
Excellent. Timmy Walters puts it in front, and Johnny Ebert, a man on the spot, always there. The money player gets the rebound, taps it into the far corner by Dollar, and they answered my plea. 3-1. 8 seconds left in the first period. 3-1. Steamers are up over the Wichita Wings here in the playoffs. Ball around and make your head spin.
Look at this. Cooley centers it. Chapman. Oh, what a save by Slobo. Unbelievable.
Excellent.
Maybe this is the Steamers' night. Jeff up the near boards, cuts it inside. Nice play by Jeff. He falls down. Cooley has it. A shot. Slobo to save. Rebound. Carl Rose knocked it away. That was with 7 seconds left. The Steamers will escape. We played 1:40 of overtime. Left side, Bellinger chasing it along the boards. Got it loose. The ball's in play. That angle. A shot. It's there. Bellinger.
Tony B.
Tony Bellinger.
Love you.
The Steamers win it in overtime. We said if they could get one possession of the ball, one break, they might be able to put it into the net. Tony Bellinger from an impossible angle bounced the ball into the net. Hello, Baltimore. Goodbye, Wichita. The season is over for the Wings. And it brings us to the Civic Center here in Baltimore tonight. Neil Cohen is with me. Neil, you've got a tough job in the playoffs. The whole Steamer defense really does, trying to stop a very potent offense, especially the magician, Mr. Stamenkovich, who's a great player offensively.
Yeah, really in the past series with Baltimore, he really hasn't hurt us that much. It's been the guys running off of him, and I think he's got maybe 1 point in the whole 3 games that we played previous to this, and I think basically it's going to be a team effort. We're going to try something new tonight. Tony Bellinger is going to take Stamenkovich because he doesn't really like to track back an attacking player, and Tony Bellinger will then attack, and then I will switch over to Stamenkovich.
And we talked earlier with the fans about some bad news we have for them. That is the fact that Slobo is not expected to start in the goal tonight. How about that effect on the defense?
Well, you know, whenever you lose Slobo, you take for granted a lot of things. Tonight we'll just have to be a little bit extra sharp, but Billy Phillips in practice has been very, all the players have been very comfortable with him, and it's just a matter of everyone doing their job tonight.
Neil, we appreciate you joining us, and have a great final.
Thank you. We'll hope to be there at the end.
Neil Cohen, the Steamer defender. We turn back to Bob Kehoe. Coach, this is a tough place to play. A lot of noise here. I know that you want to take a little time out from all of that to say hello to someone very special to you.
Exactly, Robert. My mother is in St. Mary's Hospital out on Clayton, and she had a slight stroke out there, and we want to wish her all the best of everything and a speedy recovery, Mom. God love you. We all love you, especially.
Try to bring you a Steamers victory tonight from Baltimore. It's game 1 of the championship final. We're glad you're with us, and we've got the opening kickoff and the lineups coming up in just a moment on St. Louis Steamers Playoff Soccer. All year long for St. Louis. The Steamers took 3 out of 5 to Kansas City, winning the 3 at home, losing the 2 on the road, and then winning 2 at home against Wichita, and winning the game that you heard about just a few moments ago as the Steamers took it in overtime a week ago tonight, and here we are at the Baltimore Civic Center. Baltimore got through the playoffs by winning 3 out of 4 against the New York Arrows. Then they swept Cleveland 3 games in a row, and they are here in the championship final to play 4 games at home if we go the route, being 7 games. The Steamers that's going to be tough. They've got to play the first 2 on the road. Realistically, you hope for a split here as we now take time out for our national anthem from the Civic Center in Baltimore. Seats 11,685 is what they can get in here. That's exactly the attendance we had when we were here back in February on the 17th when these 2 ball clubs met. And as you can hear, they are very vocal. They are very loud. They don't hate the Steamers quite as much as the folks in Wichita do. But these are some of the best fans in the Major Indoor Soccer League. Billy Phillips will be starting in goal for St. Louis tonight. Billy Phillips is 6'1", 170. On August 9th this summer, he will turn 28 years old. He played his college ball at Nassau Community College and Adelphi University. For the Steamers during the regular season, Billy played in 8 games, starting 5, with a goals against of 5.36 and a 3-3 record. Maybe Billy's best performance of the year was in the season at Memphis when he had to come in and did an outstanding job in a victory over the Memphis Americans. St. Louis will go from right to left in their road blues. Baltimore in their home whites, trimmed in red, yellow, and orange, going from left to right. We are underway as Timmy Walters plays the ball back to Carl Rose. Down the right side, Timmy in the corner. Pull tops it as he faked a cross off the glass. Ball cleared out of there. Carl Rose heads it back in and is taken care of there. And Baltimore comes up the near side with the soccer ball down the near side boards. Centering it off the boards in front was number 9, Max Thompson. We've got a foul called against Sammy Bick, and it'll be a free kick for Baltimore in the right wing corner. Just 20 seconds into the game. They've got McWilliams and company in front. The center came in and Carl Rose knocked it away. A shot goes wide off the foot of Ray Kunovats, number 4. And it's on the far boards where Duran has knocked off the ball. Sammy Bick gets it back.
Get into this game.
Paul Kitson, long ball down the right side. On it there is Stan Stamenkovic, the man they call a magician. Carl Rose takes him off the ball, and Stamenkovic fouled him. On the far side, it goes to Ty Keogh. Ty Keogh down the right side boards. Redmond Lane in the corner, trying to turn it back away. Defended there, and it's centered now. Pesa in for shot, score! Redmond Lane. Diego knocked it inside. Redmond was right there to volley it home, and the Steamers, 2 minutes and 6 seconds in, take a 1-0 lead.
Oh, it was excellent. Ty Keogh in the corner, spotted Redmond Lane out top of the penalty area. Flashed it into Redmond Lane, who flicked it on Diego, and Diego whapped it in.
We'll take a timeout. The Steamers have an early 1-goal lead on St. Louis Steamers. Playoff. McWilliams got it away from Ebert. Now it's Heinz Wirtz. Leaves it for Max Thompson. Back to Wirtz at the left point. Shooting. Oh, he may have hit the goalpost. That one almost went in. On the near boards, a foul against Ebert. Gino DiPolito, the referee. Bill Maxwell also out there. And Jeff Mantell is the official in the penalty box. Now a shot on top and a goal. Heinz Wirtz. And it's a 1-1 game.
Off of the free kick, Thompson merely rolled it out to Wirtz, standing up at just inside the red line. Wirtz wasted no time in hammering that ball. Billy Phillips may have been screened slightly on it. Ball went up over his left shoulder into the corner. Not too much he could do about it. Well hit ball.
He just hammered it high into the net from the top of the arc. And it's a 1-1 game, 6 minutes and 10 seconds in. Got the assist on the Baltimore goal. Heinz Wirtz from McWilliams at 6:10. It's a 1-1 game. Steamers open the scoring at 2:06. We got 1 minute left in the first quarter of play. Billy Phillips slowly ahead to Carl Rose. Carl rolls it down the right side. Mike O'Mara was bumped off the ball by Max Thompson before the ball ever got there. Play on, they said. Billy on the near side for Ty Keogh. Ahead for Timmy Walters. Timmy along the near side boards. O'Mara picks it up there. Mike steps across the red line, knocked away, but right to Timmy Walters. On the left side, Ty Keogh. Ty, long ball down to the right wing corner. Walters waits for it, but it's clipped up into the crowd there by Max Thompson. And St. Louis will have a right wing corner kick in, right where the boards turn toward the goal. Ty Keogh will take it there. 28 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Bellinger and Keogh will line up there to take it. Tony on top for Ty Keogh. In the right wing corner, Don Ebert. He's smashed into the boards by Max Thompson. I tell you, you don't hear about this Baltimore team playing very physically, but we've seen them play very physically so far, and I think Don Ebert retaliated a little bit after the whistle. And the referee, Bill Maxwell, is going to talk to both of them and tell them to cool down a little bit.
Little play acting.
Ty Keogh whacks it in front. Ball goes at a bad angle and comes to the near side boards. Out across the red line it comes with 15 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Scott Manning throws it up the right side. Heinz Wirtz right down the middle. McWilliams against Bellinger. Turned him. A shot inside, and Ty Keogh knocked it away nicely. Diego Pesa picks it up for St. Louis, and that's the end of the first quarter of play. So the Steamers held their own and a little bit more for the first quarter of play. They got the first one, but Baltimore tied it up. It's a 1-1 game after 15 minutes of play. And from the Civic Center in Baltimore, this is St. Louis Steamers playoff soccer.
Scoring position without being too selective about it.
Ebert trying to turn it. Max Thompson took it away, and a long ball down the right side. Carl Rose chips it across for Bellinger. It's still 1-1, 8:42 left, second quarter. Tony down the left wing, knocked away, got it back. Tony has Ebert to his left. Walters to his right, he scores! Ooh. Tony Bellinger! He just took the defense right to the cleaners there. He went to his right, shot it back to his left, and caught the upper left-hand corner as the shooter looks at the net. And the Steamers take a 2-1 lead as Tony Bellinger is turning into Mr. May right now. You've heard of Mr. October. Here's Mr. May right here with another playoff goal.
There's the fake, puts it on his right and into the upper right-hand corner over the shoulder of Scott Manning. Not too much he can do about it. Manning, or as you say, Tony B had a lot of mustard on that ball. Manning just could not react that quickly. 2-1. Tony B is having a great, great series.
That's Tony Bellinger's third goal of the playoffs. We all remember his second one at midfield, Redmond Lane, against Ray Kunovets. 2-1 St. Louis now, 8:20 left. All right, up the far side. Ball knocked back in as the Steamers had a goal kick. Stamenkovic with it. The crowd is getting impatient. Don Ebert fouls the magician. And it'll be a free kick for the Blast on the dotted line. 4 boards. 5:39 left, second quarter. Had the opportunity to ride up from St. Louis today on the plane with Bruce Hudson. Big banquet here tomorrow. Ball is off the foot of Ebert into the crowd. They will have a luncheon tomorrow for the media here in Baltimore, featuring players from both teams. The coaches will be there, as well as us guys who love those free lunches. And then, of course, on Thursday night, it'll be game 2 of this series. But I'm looking forward to game 3. I can't wait to see that St. Louis crowd. Stamenkovic plays it up over the top, hits in a header. It goes wide, rebound. Oh, Stankovic just missed the net. Sammy Bick uncertain as Phillips called him off the ball. Sammy goes down with it. Play on, they say. Stankovic still with it. In front, Stamenkovic. What a goal.
Well, I don't know. I'll tell you, it wasn't the prettiest thing you ever saw. There were a lot of mistakes, a lot of people just swiping away at the ball. Nothing real artistic about it. We had it, they had it, we gave it back to them, they gave it back to us. It was Stankovic and then Stamenkovic, and out of the scramble, and finally somebody comes up with it. Billy Phillips goes out after the ball, couldn't quite get his hand on it, and it's in. 2-2. Like I say, it wasn't pretty, but hey, they all count.
Well, Baltimore thought that they should have had a foul call. They are now glad that play continued. Stankovic gets the goal from Stamenkovic.
Well, they like it up here. We're not exactly pleased with it. Still, the game's equal. We're not down.
Boy, this was just a scramble in front of the net. Stankovic finally played a back heel give and go with Stamenkovic, and it was actually a nice goal, Bob. Once they got the pileup cleared out, they played a beautiful 1-2 to get the goal, and we're tied 2-2. Well, that was an unusual goal that ties the game. For Mike Stankovic, his 5th of the playoffs. For Stamenkovic, his 16th assist. That guy's unreal. So Stankovic from Stamenkovic at 9:38. By the way, Tony Bellinger's goal was unassisted at 6:25, so we're tied.
Goal of the year.
Now down the middle for Machia from the foot of Kunovats, too far. Billy Phillips puts it into the crowd. Everybody in the building wants a 2-minute penalty except the guys in blue. And it'll be a kick-in for Baltimore on the near side with 4:23 left in the first half of play.
2 minutes for putting the ball out of play is not seen too much anymore, Bob, in the MISL. In the early days, 4 or 5 years ago, you saw it much more frequently than you do now. And of course, the players are much more advanced than they were in the early days, too. So it's a rare occasion that you see them deliberately put the ball out of bounds. And today, the referee is rather lenient in that rule, and he kind of lets them play unless the guy just flagrantly puts it out.
Max Thompson down the left wing, headed in the middle by Ercole. Uh-oh! Carl Rose knocked it away from Billy Phillips. An empty net goal for McWilliams, and it's 3-2 Baltimore. All right, that's what happens sometimes when you have a new goalkeeper in there. A little miscommunication, and Carl Rose deflected the ball away from Billy.
There were two mistakes on it, I think. Carl touched it when maybe he shouldn't have. Billy then didn't hold on to it when I think maybe he could have. Of course, from up here, those are two easy statements for me to make. From where we sat, it looked like maybe Carl should have let the ball go on to Billy. And from where we sat, or sit, I should say, it looked like Billy still could have maybe handled the ball. But we're, again, as Bobby told you earlier, we're rather high up in this building.
Well, it was obvious there was some miscommunication. In fact, we saw miscommunication on Baltimore's second goal, too, when Sammy Bick was going to head the ball out, and Billy Phillips called him off the ball. That's when all the fun started. Now Pace is knocked down in midfield, and it'll be a St. Louis free kick.
Well, that's a shame that it had to happen that way. That's going to be a shot in the arm for the Blast, and maybe a little bit of letdown. No, maybe about it. A little letdown for the Steamers. We can't now give up another goal because of our disappointment and our lack of concentration before the half. It's one thing to go down in there, or to go down in halftime 3-2, but if you go down by 2 goals at halftime, and then all you can think about is the 2 goals you have to overcome in the second half, you're going to miss half of the communication that's going on in the locker room because you're not concentrating on what the coach is saying. 1 goal, not too bad. We don't want any more than that.
Diego Pesa knocked off the ball. He was asking for a foul call while play continued. Sammy Bick in midfield heads it back in nicely for Redmond Lane, and he's fouled by Max Thompson. St. Louis free kick on the near right point. 3:39 left in the first half. Baltimore's taken a 3-2 lead. 2 goals within about a minute of each other. McEwen in for Pesa. Back to Duncan, a shot. It goes high and over the glass to the far corner, and it'll be a Baltimore goal through traffic. Ebert the rebound, and a goal! The ball deflected off of Heinz Wirtz. Manning was falling down. He couldn't do anything about it, and Ebert ties the game.
Pesa sent it in towards Ebert. Wirtz, however you say his name, Wirtz or Wirtz, tried to intercept the ball. He couldn't quite control the ball. Rolled up and over him. Ebert got a foot on it. Manning, as we were told, was falling to the turf. Nothing he could do about it. Ebert's ball goes up and over into the back of the net. Again, not the prettiest goal in the world, just like the third goal of Baltimore, but hey, they all count. All they got to do is cross that white line. Minute and 49 seconds left.
Ball is in play to the far side. Pat Ercole. It's a 3-3 game in the second quarter. Ebert along the boards. He's fouled. Max Thompson called again. And it'll be a St. Louis free kick. Don Ebert's second goal of the playoffs. We'll have to see if Diego gets an assist. I don't want to play like that. Time of the goal was 13:04. St. Louis now 8 out of 20 on the power play in this series, Coach. That translates into 40%. And that's only the 3rd power play goal in 24 attempts that Baltimore's given up in the playoffs. Ebert almost steals it away from Scott Manning. They clear it 4 boards. A minute 20 left. It only took 31 seconds for the St. Louis power play to score. Down the left side, Ercole. Off the boards in front. Jimmy Walters gets there to sweep it away. On the far boards, Walters plays it for Sammy. Sammy Bick, good job to keep control. On the near side for Carl Rose. Carl, first time's it for Tim Walters. Walters being watched there. Timmy off the boards in front. Cacciatore had it swept away by Max Thompson. 55 seconds left in the first half. Pat Ercole against Cacciatore. Jeff marking him very well. Scott Manning on the near side for Tim Whitman. Whitman against Walters. Timmy took him down. Is he going to get a penalty or not? We can't see the official. Yes, he is. Well, you might call that a make-good call. It appears Timmy's going to get 2 minutes for tripping. And that's what you don't want against this Baltimore team who has a brilliant power play.
It was difficult for us to see the play, folks, because it was right down along the near boards. Fans stand up here right in front of us, and I'll tell you, our view is quite obscured at many times.
Well, Timmy missed the ball completely, got him in the leg. That's probably a pretty good call. So we've got 38 seconds left. Well, the officials get him right most of the time.
They're going to put a 6th attacker in.
For the last 38 seconds, Tony Bellinger. Well, we'll see what happens here. Neil Cohen, Sammy Beck, Cacciatore, and Ty Keogh. The Blast will actually have a two-man advantage here with an extra attacker. It could backfire on them, but St. Louis is going to have trouble getting the ball, being two men short. 35 seconds left in the half now. 3-3 game. Stamenkovic. Cacciatore! He's going to score! He took it away! It's a goal! Holy cow! Cacciatore!
You talk about reading the play. Ever alert Jeff Cacciatore. God love him, that little guy.
And guess who he stole that ball away from? Stan Stamenkovic.
Yes, sir.
Cacciatore's second goal of the playoffs, unassisted, a shorthanded goal, and the strategy has backfired on Kenny Cooper.
And he has corrected the mistake, so to speak. He has taken Burtz, who was acting as the sixth attacker and wearing the goalkeeper's shirt. He's taken him out and put Scott Manning back in. So I guess that was kind of a blow between the eyes right there. A short-handed goal. I mean, it didn't take long either.
Now they put Scott Manning back in there. They still have a one-man advantage, but St. Louis leads at 4-3. Now Cacciatore clears it away again. Can you believe it? Less than 15 seconds left now in the first half. Here comes Stamenkovic right down the middle against Catch. Right side, Burtz shooting. It's wide. Keogh picks it up. Ty clears it out. Sammy Bick running. That's going to do it for the first half of play. The Steamers will go into the locker room leading by a score of 4-3. St. Louis got 2 goals in the last minute and 56. Cacciatore's game with an amazing first half and an amazing finish to the second quarter by St. Louis, scoring a power play goal and a shorthanded goal. Well, some strange things can happen in this game, especially in the playoffs. We've seen it here through the first 30 minutes. Back with more from the Baltimore Civic Center in a moment. At halftime, it's St. Louis 4, Baltimore 3 on St. Louis Steamers. Playoff center gives it off to Billy Phillips, back to Big Steve. And Billy will pick it up in that penalty area. Throws it up the left wing for Cacciatore. Jeff, that big short-handed goal earlier. Taken away. Here comes Baltimore. Down the right side. Kunovac centers it, rather Verts. And Petcher there to sweep it away. He releases it for Duncan McEwen. Cuts it inside on Ercole. Ercole knocks him down. And that'll be a St. Louis free kick. What a great release pass by Steve Petcher.
I was just going to say, Petcher set him away very, very quickly on the front line with that pass to McEwen.
McEwen for Cacciatore scores! Cacciatore back to McEwen, and the Steamers on the free kick give and go take a 5-3 lead.
I want to tell you, that was picture perfect. It's something that's done frequently. You see this in outdoor soccer. McEwen taking a free kick merely sends it forward to Cacciatore, who's stationed a matter of 20, 30 feet in front of him. And McEwen follows his pass. Cacciatore just leaves it lay there momentarily, and McEwen hits the ball hard with the left foot in through the legs of Manning. Goal. 4-5-3.
What a rocket by Duncan McEwen through the legs of the defender and then right by the keeper. Long ball, they play it down. Neil Cohen traps it there on the near boards. He was pushed, but play continues. A shot from Thompson squirts across the goal mouth. Bellinger with it. Tony back to his goalkeeper, Billy Phillips. And remember, all that was set up because of Petcher's nice pass down the floor, which released McEwen and then caused the Baltimore third quarter. St. Louis leads by 2, 5-3. Down deep, Pat Ercole against Cohen. Neal sweeps it away. He'll be called for the foul. Neal had his hands on the back of the attacker, and it'll be a Baltimore free kick.
It's going to sound strange when the attack has scored 5 goals, but I'm going to tell you, the defensive effort of the Steamers tonight has been just excellent.
Stamenkovic inside, hands it right to Ty Keogh. They had a man break in there, and then they handed it right to Keogh. O'Mara, front Keogh, right wing, bad angle. In the corner, Mike shoved off the ball by Kitson. Play on, says the official. Back to Scott Manning it goes. On the near side, Stankovic at the St. Louis red line. Mike in the middle, shooting, and he hit it wide. Stankovic gets it back in midfield for Paul Kitson. Stankovic, right side for Stamenkovic. He tries to get around Bellinger. Tony grabbing at him. Stamenkovic handed it right to Ty Keogh. Now Bellinger down the left wing, running hard. On goal, a shot wide. Rebound, score! A goal for St. Louis. by Mike O'Mara.
Oh, excellent.
What a left-footed rebound by the rookie.
I want to tell you something. I had a conversation with Mike O'Mara in the lobby of the Hotel Hilton up here tonight before we left to come to the center right here where we are right now. I said, Mike, how do you feel about the game tonight? He said, you know, the pressure's on. I like it that way. I seem to perform at my best when the pressure is on and the chips are on the line. I said, Mike, how many are you good for tonight, son? 1 or 2? He said, well, how about 1? I said, we'll start from there, Mike. He paid it off. He paid it off.
What a beautiful finish by Mike O'Mara. Tony Bellinger down the left wing, hit it nicely off the boards, and O'Mara buried the ball behind the goalkeeper, Scott Manning. St. Louis leads 6-3 with under 5 minutes left in the third.
Beautiful. I'll tell you, of course, let's not get too elated here. We're a long way from being over, but I'll tell you, the Steamers are playing very, very...
Stankovic, better than 6 feet, 170. Thompson, 6'3", 185. A minute 27 left in the third quarter. Steamers want to get out of this third quarter without giving up a goal. You can hear the crowd up over the top. McWilliams chesting it. Or Whitman. We had a whistle and a handball called on Dave McWilliams. He says he got it with his shoulder. The referee, Bill Maxwell, says you got it with your arm, big boy. And it'll be a free kick. St. Louis leads it 6-3, 1:18 remaining, third quarter. Sammy Bick, long ball, knocked away from Redmond Lane by Verts. Duran is back on. He picks it up. Left wing for Diego Pesa. Cuts it inside. On top. Can't get a shot. And it's taken away. Here comes Joey Fink. Right down the middle against Steve Petcher. Fink to his left. Petcher cuts him off. And Sammy Bick has it with 1 minute left in the third quarter. Sammy running hard. Heinz Verts takes him off the ball. Baltimore back the other way. Here they come. Look out, Nick Williams is open. And a block by Petcher. Clear to midfield. Tim Whitman with it over the red line. On the right side. Shot across the goal mouth wide by McWilliams to the far boards. Heinz Verts back to midfield for Tim Whitman. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Mangione up over the top, left side. Petcher, a bicycle kick to knock it out. And Pesa down the middle. Diego trying to cut it to his left, can't. Ball taken away by Whitman. Diego was grabbing. It'll be a free kick with 21 seconds left.
We're doing some nice things, I'll tell you. I'm really impressed with the play of Steve Petcher. He's a steadying influence. He's playing intelligently.
20 seconds left. Whitman left side. Fink to the corner. In front. Look out. McWilliams a touch. Centered it. Daryl Durant took it away. Redmond Lane clears it, but not out. Petcher off the boards. Hits it straight up in the air, and that'll end the third quarter of play. The third quarter has come to a close. The Steamers got 2. The Blasts got none. Steve Petcher, what a great defensive job in the third quarter of play. 15 minutes remain, and the good guys lead it by 3. St. Louis 6-3 over Baltimore, and we'll be back in a moment with more.
Have his own
it's
way.
Not going to be Keith Von Aaron, though. It's going to be Heinz Verts, who has the green goalkeeper shirt on and is going into the goal mouth right now. Yeah,
okay.
He's hurt.
Yeah. It's good thinking on Cooper's part. I'm surprised, though, that he waited until this long. Now, 3 minutes, 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and the Steamers on top, 6-3. I think had I been, and this is strictly second guessing, had I been Kenny Cooper, I'd have pulled him long before now.
Yeah, with
especially the way the Steamers are playing.
3 goals down. You got to get him out of there with 6 or 7 minutes left. Heck, the other night, Wichita was down only by 2 goals, and they pulled the goalie with 8 minutes and 29 seconds left. And I'll be darned if they didn't score just a couple of minutes later and really made a game of it, tying the game in the last minute.
Right.
Maybe some people here will be second-guessing Kenny Cooper, but it's hard to go against a guy who was 34-14 during the season, 3-1 in round 1, so that's 37-15, and then 3-0. His team has won 40 games this year and lost only 15. That is a tremendous percentage.
Steamers doing very well at this late stage in the game for a team that was listed as the underdog.
Heinz Verts has not had to play the 6th attacker in the playoffs yet. Neither has Baltimore. On the far side, Stamenkovic is finally back on. Gets it in the corner, centers it. Phillips fanned on it as he knocked it down, but managed to clear it out. Now Pesa for Ty Keogh. Left wing Diego trying to run on goal. Fights off Kitchen. Has a man open. Ty Keogh, 3 minutes left. Near side, Tony Bellinger. trying to keep control. Tony cuts it inside, taken away, got it back. Pesa takes a shot, taken away by Kitson. Bellinger still has it. Now finally Baltimore gets it back with McWilliams. Right down the middle. McWilliams at the red line, shooting, blocked by Ty Keogh. They can take those kind of shots all night long. Bellinger a shot, and it goes over the glass. It'll be a goal kick. I tell you, Bob, with a man advantage, Baltimore can shoot from out there all night long, and the Steamers will love it.
Yes, sir. Tony B always thinking. You see what he was trying to do there with that ball. He knew that Wirtz was way upfield. He just wanted to loft a high, long ball and just let it drop right into that open goal.
Left side, here comes Baltimore. Tim Whitman for Heinz Wirtz over his own red line. 2.5 minutes left in this game. Left side, Mangione got around Cohen. Trying for a shot in front, a save, rebound, Bellinger knocks it away, and Kitson puts it into the crowd. St. Louis goal kick, and the Steamers' defense just keeps doing it time after time.
It's apparent why they're the top defense in the league, I'll tell you. They just put out just a superb effort. Their concentration is just excellent. They're all helping each other. They're getting back into a good defensive posture. I love what I see.
6-3, St. Louis, 2:18 left. Offside kick by Billy Phillips on the three-liner. It'll be back at the St. Louis red line where Baltimore has a free kick. They've got to get a goal fast, Bob. You just don't get 3 goals against the Steamers unless you get the first one very quickly after you pull your goalie.
Yeah, especially the way the Steamers are playing defensively tonight.
Kitson back to Heinz Wirtz. Right point Stamenkovic. He feeds it in. McWilliams turns. Knocked away by Cohen and Sammy Bick. Heinz Wirtz at his red line. Shooting. Blocked by Bellinger. Open net for Pesa. Oh, Diego couldn't reach it.
They might
left side. Ball shot in by Whitman, and Billy Phillips has it. Billy throwing it down. It went over 3 lines. Come on, Billy. Keep your cool there, buddy. Throw it down there, but make it cross only 2 lines. 1:50 remaining, and some of the seats are empty here in Baltimore.
Billy was going for that open goal.
Yep. Well, Billy doesn't have to be a goal scorer to be a big man in my book tonight. We may have to give out more than 1 Star of the Game award.
Agreed.
Kitson, blocked by Bellinger. Tony rolls it down the floor. 1:45 remaining. 6-3 St. Louis lead. 6th attacker for Baltimore. Wirtz down the middle. Right side for Kitson. Blocked by Ty Keogh. Chipped back in by Kitson. Cohen heads it away. Over the glass. It'll be a Baltimore kick in with 1:33 remaining. And the Steamer defense has just been outstanding.
Yes, they're deserting the ship here late in the game. 6-3. Steamers on top.
Will take the kick on the left side. Neil Cohen watching him all the way across. Stankovic knocks it down for the goalkeeper, Wirtz. Back to Stankovic in the right wing corner. Over the glass off the foot of Nick Mangione. That may just about do it. 1:25 remaining. The visiting team leads it by a 6-3 score. They have played almost a perfect second half.
I tell you, there were some rather uncomplimentary things. I don't mean nasty things said in the newspapers up here today that in some people's opinion, the Steamers really only had about 4, maybe 5 players, and they would not be in the position that they're in had it not been for Slobo Ilievsky. I cannot disagree with what they say about Slobo, but we've certainly got a lot more than 4 or 5 players.
Heinz Wirtz on the right side. Stamenkovic cuts it up over the top. In front, McWilliams fanned on it. Sammy Bick has it for St. Louis. There, 1 minute left in the game. Stamenkovic off Ty Keogh. Ty took it away. Sammy Bick steals it. Here come the Steamers. 2-on-2. Pesa is ahead. Here comes Sammy. Sammy to the left for Diego. Back to Bick in front. A shot. Score! 7-3 with 44 seconds remaining. Sammy Bick from Diego. That'll send him home.
And Bick and Diego, Sammy Bick and Diego Pesa just rejoice, and they're just elated over the fine piece of work that they just put on under the 6th attacker pressure. 44 seconds left. Sammy Bick puts it away on a very nice return pass from Diego Pesa, with the 6th attacker being Heinz Wirtz, not exactly the outstanding goalkeeper that Billy Phillips has been here this evening. But I'll tell you, regardless of what the situation was, this game is over. 44 seconds left. And we've got the one victory that we were looking for. And the way the Steamers are playing now, if they repeat Thursday night, we're going to come home with 2.
Heinz Wirtz knocks it in. Neil Cohen clears it. Duran heads it away with 35 seconds left. There will be some stunned folks around the nation when they see this score, but we're not surprised, are we?
Not at all.
On the far side, ball is shot. Cohen blocks Ercole. Into the crowd. Kick in Baltimore. 23 seconds left. Goodness gracious. Left side in the corner. Back to the point. Shot in, into the crowd. St. Louis goal kick. 17 seconds left, folks. This one is history.
Yes, sir.
You got to love these guys. This is not an expensive European soccer team. These are homegrown kids. Billy Phillips is an American in goal. Done an outstanding job tonight. 10 seconds left. Baltimore, one more rush. I don't think they can score 4 in 7 seconds. Shot in, left corner, 3 seconds, 2, around the goal mouth, and it's over. The Steamers have come into the Civic Center in Baltimore in front of a sold-out crowd of better than 11,600, and they have hammered Baltimore by a score of 7-3. What a performance tonight. Bob Keogh will head down to the floor now for our Star of the Game show coming up a little later on radio. But I'll tell you, folks, you have got a team to be proud of here tonight. They came in here, led it by a score of 2-1. Baltimore took the 3-2 lead. Don Ebert tied it up on the power play. And maybe the turning point of the game, Jeff Cacciatore's second goal of the playoffs, unassisted, into the empty net, when Baltimore took a chance and pulled their goalie for the 6th attacker with only seconds left in the first half of play. Cacciatore took it away from the magician Stan Stamikovic with a little magic of his own, and then took it down the floor into the empty net. The Steamers had the 4-3 lead at the half, added 2 in the third quarter, and the icing on the cake with only seconds left for a 7-3 victory. We'll be back with more from Baltimore in a moment. St. Louis wins it by 4, and this is St. Louis Steamers Playoff Soccer. 3. St. Louis got a lot of goals from different people tonight. Redmond Lane scored the first, then Tony Bellinger, then Don Ebert, then Jeff Cacciatore in the first half, Duncan McEwen and Mike O'Meara in the third quarter, and Sammy Bick in the fourth. And that's really the kind of team that St. Louis is. You know, everybody talks about Stan Stamikovic, and the other forwards got a lot of guys who can do the job up front. 7 of them scoring, a couple of them defenders. And if I had a hat, I would tip it to the St. Louis Steamers right now for an outstanding performance here tonight. As we told you before the game, a lot of observers had considered Baltimore the odds-on favorite to win this series. In fact, USA Today, the newspaper, which is a very fine newspaper, predicted that Baltimore would win this series in 5 games. And they obviously expected them to take the first game here in Baltimore tonight, playing in front of a crowd of better than 11,500. They sell out every game here. And the Steamers, I think, really surprised us and a lot of folks by getting that early goal from Redmond Lane, assisted by Diego Pesa, just 2 minutes and 6 seconds into the game. And that kind of set the tempo for what was to follow the rest of the night. Now, Baltimore tied it up 2 different times. After Heinz Wirtz tied it, Bellinger put us ahead, then Stankovic tied it again. The big goals, though, by Ebert and Cacciatore in the first half of play. Late in the second quarter, put the Steamers up by a goal at the half. And really, they played, we said it a moment ago, they played almost a flawless second half of play and winning at 7-3. We'll have a final word from Baltimore in a moment as the Steamers wrap up game 1. And this is St. Louis Steamers Playoff Soccer.